Ethan, good afternoon to you. Huge few days for Welsh football. Can I just start by asking you what it meant to go to the Qatar World Cup with Wales? And the way that sort of panned out, it was disappointing with the group games, the way it went. How much does that drive you to get there again, to get to another World Cup?
I mean, to qualify for that was a dream come true for everyone. I think everyone who's played football and everyone who's dreamt of playing football has always dreamt of playing in a World Cup. So to achieve that was very special, and it was like a dream ticked off. And like you said, when you're professionals, you want to go there and do well. And I think we can all say that we didn't. We didn't show our levels and our capabilities, which was the most disappointing thing. It was probably more disappointing than even enjoying the achievement of it. So to have that and to reflect on that, it definitely gives us a big drive to go and do another one, just because of it's what you dream of, but also just to go show everyone what Wales can really do.
And what did the World Cup mean to you growing up as a kid? Do you remember the first World Cup that you watched, or the best World Cup that you remember as a kid? I don't know if you had a sticker book or a wall chart or anything like that following in. Do you remember?
I think every kid has sticker books. Doing that with your dad, doing it with your parents growing up, it's always something you look forward to. Trying to collect everyone, try and trade so you can get your book complete. But probably the first one I remember vividly is the 2010 one. And then obviously just the joys of what come from watching a high level of football.
And obviously looking at it and thinking, I want to be there one day.
No, definitely, it's an aspiration. It's a dream you dream of growing up.
And just finally, what does this mean to you to captain the team in this first game against Bosnia? How will that feel? How will it feel differently to you? And how do you beat Bosnia?
Um, Obviously it's a big honour to be captain and represent your country in that way, but it's definitely something that's not on my mind at all. We know that it's going to take everyone. It's going to take players, staff, the crowd. We know it's going to be a tough game. We're calm about it. We're excited about it. We prepared the best we can be going into this game. We know what to do. It's about going out and executing it now. So the captaincy it's a nice thing for me, but it's really not about that at all.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Ethan, if I can just pick up on the captaincy issue, I suppose it's how you want to bring your influence to bear. You've got so much experience now with Leeds United, and I think it's fairly obvious that senior group of players you've got. So how do you, as captain on the pitch beforehand, half-time, etc., how do you use your ability as a captain to bring those other players in so that it does become a senior leadership team?
I'd like to think that if I was wearing the armband or not, I still play the same way. I still try and lead the same way. I don't think anything changes. I think maybe you might have to speak to the referee a little bit more, but in terms of like actually playing and trying to lead, it's going to be the same as I've done previously, playing under different captains.
Just on, just on the thread of Bosnia, we talked the other day about not thinking too far. How much of the sort of 3-4 days you've been in camp now has it been totally 100% on Bosnia? Do you talk about the potential final against either Italy, Northern Ireland? How do you balance it?
100% on the Bosnia game, because if you don't get that right, then there is no next game. It might get mentioned when you say what the outcome could be, but for us, we put full focus and full all of our energy into this Bosnia game to make sure that we can execute and get through.
Just for my last question, if you can just indulge me, Mo Salah has decided to leave Liverpool to English football potentially. You've probably played against him. Can you just give your thoughts on a player that has been huge influence on probably many players involved in this one in their careers?
No, I mean, like you said, he's a player with unreal quality. He's had a massive influence on the English Premier League, and to see a player like that maybe decide to go somewhere else is disappointing, I guess, for the fans to see.
Ethan, look, you've experienced the real highs like Ukraine and lows like Poland. Which one sort of drives you on more when you take the field tomorrow?
It's a combination, because you want to take the good bits out of the positive one, and you want to have that sensation and that relief and that celebration you can celebrate with everyone with. And then the one that hurt a lot, you definitely feel that pain, maybe even a little bit stronger, because you know you don't want to have another evening like that again.
Obviously, that was a penalty shootout. Have you guys been practicing the penalties? Have you been going through that this week?
We prepared fully for every occasion. You can't go into a game like this being unprepared. So no matter the situation that's gonna come across, we're gonna be fully prepared for it.
Has it felt different this week compared to your other caps and the way you built up with Craig? Is it got a different feeling to it this week?
I guess when you have a different manager, a different squad of players, naturally it's going to be different. But we tried to keep it the same as all of our other camps previously. Full focus onto the game as it always is. So in terms of that, it's been relaxed, it's been focused, and it's been pretty much the same.
Ethan, if I could just ask you about Craig, how's he been this week? Does he, as somebody who's achieved so much as a player, does he sort of lean on his experiences as a player this week? Has he imparted any of that sort of advice on the team as well?
He's been the same as he has been since he got the job, and since he's been the one to lead us. He's very, very well prepared. The way he delivers the message, him and the coaching staff, it makes us players go into games with full confidence because we know what we need to do. He obviously has a vast of experience that all of us players we can learn from and take bits from. So to be able to have that is obviously very impressive for us. But he's been the same as he has been since he got the job and since I've known him.
And you touched on the emotions there of the previous playoff finals that you've been involved in. I just wondered if you sort of take anything from those games in a more practical sense, in maybe the way that you prepared for those games, or how you dealt with the occasions and things like that. Is there anything you've taken personally from those experiences?
I think dealing with the occasions and the emotional side helps once you've been involved with it. So anything that we can try and pass on to players who might not have played in that game or been involved helps. But really and truly, it's a different game. It's a different fixture to what it was before. And for us, the best way and the best thing for us to do is to prepare for this game as a complete different game, and to go in as we prepare for the other games.
Joey Club will drive Ben Dennis from 5 Lions.
Yeah, hi Ethan. You've had a really consistent season back where you belong in the Premier League with Leeds, putting up some of the highest stat percentages for defensive contributions and aerial duels won this season. But how will that translate to some of the key battles you may face over the next week on the international stage?
I mean, it's still in the game of football, so whether it's international or football league club, you still have a similar role to play. You still got to try and dictate. You still got to win your duels. So from that aspect, it doesn't change. So that's my main focus to try and keep that consistency, not just for me, but all of us players to be able to go and deliver the best performance that we can.
Yeah, just leading on from that, you're a player that's not afraid to take up any position you're given in the game. But how important could it be for the rest of the squad to also be versatile in some aspects over the next few games with some important squad injuries in certain areas?
No, it definitely helps. I think players who can play in multiple positions, it helps because you're asked for different things, and even different things within a game of football, different roles you can maybe slot into comfortably. I think what we're really good at here is making sure everyone's comfortable knowing different roles in your different jobs in case you're asked to do something else.
Thank you.
Hi, Ethan Ampadu, 5 Live. You've played in so many big games at the Cardiff City Stadium. There have been memorable matches in recent seasons. What message have you got for the fans ahead of Thursday night?
I think the manager said it at the start or maybe before the camp, just to be the same. As they always have been, we know we're going to try and do everything to give the best performance, and we know what they're going to bring already. So we know they're going to be throughout us, no matter what happens throughout a game, because they can have good spells and bad spells to make sure that we're all in this together to go and do another memorable night at Cardiff.
You obviously missed the the win, to Montenegro, North Macedonia, in November. You're back, you've got captain's armband again on Thursday. You're taking it off Harry Wilson. He's been making headlines over the last few weeks with his form for Fulham. What is it like having someone like Harry Wilson in front of you and to play with?
So it's definitely makes your job easier when you have a player to play at that. And I know he's had a lot of the headlines this year, rightfully so, but it's nice for all of us to see the wider audience maybe appreciate him and what he can do, because here especially we've known that he's been able to do this for a lot of years and to deliver those performances. And when you have that and when you see someone in your dressing room who can produce a level like that, it definitely gives the rest of the team a lot of confidence.
And there's so much pressure ahead of Thursday night, whether you guys are feeling it or whether you're trying to prepare as if it were any other match. How has it been different, would you say, to any other match, or has it been different to any camp building up to tomorrow's game?
No, not at all. We've tried to prepare the same way as we go into every game to make sure that we're fully prepared on the opposition to understand what their threats are and to understand what we can do to cause them problems. So in terms of that, we prepared the same as it has been in other games.
That's it. Any more questions? Okay, thank you. Oh, mate, sorry. Just pass that.
And I was just going to say, how have you kind of played it as players, as groups, kind of the build up, the psychology of it? Because obviously you want to get to the World Cup, but you know you've got to navigate these games. How do you play that when you know maybe some of your teammates, maybe like your club, are qualifying, and you haven't, you still got that work to do?
When we're here, it's kind of irrelevant what teammates at your club have done or what they can do. We've got to focus on ourselves. We've got a great work ethic here, and the togetherness in this squad so strong. To focus on ourselves is all we do and is all we have been doing. So that it's no real difference for us.
But just fire, thank you. Okay, thank you.
Cheers.